Hi everybody and welcome back. Today I want to give you a little reaction video on the interview with Jimmy Chamberlin, the drummer of the Smashing Pumpkins. He's well known and famous for his very jazzy, influential style in the band, the Smashing Pumpkins. And he formed the sound of the band a lot. So he's in an interview with Rick Beato, who has a very popular YouTube channel, and yeah, he invites a lot of good drummers, good musicians to his channel, and it's very interesting. I can only recommend to follow this guy, but most of you already do, I think. The song they are talking about is Jelly Belly, which is on the album of the Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, which is a masterpiece considered. And yeah, I want to dive into it with you. So here we go, folks.
I'm going to talk about Jelly Belly. That it's got the super fast bass drum. I mean, it's an incredibly hard beat.
It's impossible.
And you did that all with one.
That was a single
pedal.
Yeah, it's not anymore, folks. But it used to be. Yeah, I used to play that with one pedal. And you know, that song was so difficult to record.
Yeah.
And Flood loved it. He thought that song, we were going to pick that song for our first single.
One of the hardest things to do is to write.
That would have been really crazy if they picked this song as his first single.
Write a great up-tempo song. And Smashing Pumpkins has a lot of great up-tempo songs. And that's an incredibly melodic song that has all these great riffs, and it has the killer drum part.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have it as your first single?
Maybe because we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Right, exactly, exactly.
That was us, not the record company. We, in our defense, we had an ally at the record company at that time that we really, really trusted, Phil Cor.
As you all might know, he had a drug addiction problem, and he was fired from the band, I think. I'm not so sure if he was fired or if he left on own terms. But yeah, he joined the band in the 80s, in the late 80s, and in the mid 90s he got out of the band because of drug addiction. So yeah, this fact on top of his insane playing is quite impressive, so that these kind of master drummers always or sometimes seem to suffer even from personal addiction problems. It makes the whole story even a bit more impressive to come back in such a way.
And who's no longer with us, but was really kind of our ace in the hole for a long time, because Phil's musical understanding was really just beyond anybody, apart from like an Elliot Roberts or like that level of a musical savant. In fact, Phil had received the songs, the Melancholy rough mixes with no vocals in them, and still was able to pick the first 5 singles without hearing any vocals. Which is, I mean, I couldn't have done that. Billy couldn't have done that. I mean, that's like my sister Laurel. Like, where does it come from, right? But yeah, Jelly Belly was such an incredibly hard song to play, and Flood loved it so. And so every day we would come to practice or to the studio, which was our rehearsal space, and we were set up in a circle. I was here, Billy was opposite me, Darcy was over here, and James was here. And before anybody did anything, because we figured out the hard way, like if so-and-so eats a cheeseburger before we got to track this fucker, like it's not going to happen, right? Or if somebody, right? You know, you see the blood sugar go up, down, and then all of a sudden, like the...
It's like in an extreme sports case where people really, they have to push their bodies to the max to give the best examples, to give the best results. And this is really insane and unbelievable that the people go, like 5 people go into a rehearsal room and don't even eat before it, or when they play a show, it's the same, obviously, they don't eat before a show, to give 110%.
Ace pocket's weird, and you're like, what's going on? Like, how many Diet Cokes did you drink, right? So before anything happened, we would try to play Jelly Belly every day. Okay, before anything, or Ode to No One, you know, like those songs. Like we would try to play those songs, and it was always, you know, it was always like, you know, the car on the ice, skittering down the highway, out of control, and you just try to capture that one version of it. And that day,
This guy, by the way, is considered in Wikipedia, I think it is like one of the most influential drummers in alternative rock music, by the way. So he really set something in stone in his career.
just happened to be where nobody made any mistakes, because generally when we would record, we were recording straight to tape, no click, no editing. So the drum part had to be the drum part. There was no ability to go back and fix anything.
Right.
Everything the Pumpkins ever recorded from Gish to Zeitgeist was straight to tape, no click.
Okay.
How crazy can you be, like, when you don't use a click and you record straight to tape? That means every take you do has to be perfect. Otherwise it's gonna be deleted and costs some money and time and effort and no editing.
Commando, right? Like all commando, with the idea that we're going to keep the drum track and we're probably going to replace everything else.
Right.
Every once in a while we would keep something, but not usually. So, but with the drums, with everybody set up in a circle and the drums pumping through, we had a full PA, the bleed, if somebody made a mistake, would come through.
Sure.
So now you're not only driving your bus, you're trying to mentally drive everybody else's bus. Like you're looking at so-and-so who made a mistake yesterday, or Billy screwed this part up, or I screwed a part up. You're thinking like, oh my God, this is so intense.
The pressure on your shoulders must be insane. I can really understand what he's saying.
You hear it now when I listen to that song, which I didn't listen to it a lot back then because it was so painful. But you listen to it now and you hear the freneticism is.
It's amazing.
What
That's
Flood
so,
understood that I didn't understand.
Youth, that energy.
Insanity.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a second to talk to you about this channel.
Okay, what he's saying here is please follow his channel, Rick Beato too, and I recommend to do that, because what he offers you for free on YouTube, like talking to these musicians, is a gift, really. So what else I wanted to mention is that Chamberlain, the drummer of the Smashing Pumpkins, reminds me a lot of my old drum teacher, because from his energy, like the guy, he is like this skinny, elderly, very focused drummer with jazz influences. It reminds me a lot of my teacher back then when I had drum lessons, and he was demanding. It was rest in peace, by the way, he's not alive anymore. So he was also a very great drummer, having these techniques that come from jazz music, and yeah, he was always on top of playing. So Chamberlain really reminds me of him, and yeah, so I want to dive now into the playing of Chamberlain and playing Jelly Belly. It's insane, and enjoy, and yeah, let's have a listen.
Grow both channels. Thank you.
I guess he has no click on his ear again. Probably he has the sound files on his ear with the guitar, so he can play along. I don't know if he has in his in-ear, but as you can see, he's really playing like a clockwork again, and it's insane because his right hand and his left hand seem to be very independent going from each other, and he makes a lot of accentuations on the left hand also, but even though he's a right hand guy, I think. So impressive. The song Jelly Belly is really a very aggressive, dark-mooded, sad, heavy song, so I recommend listening to it. And when you see the drummer, he's not like super heavy hitting, he's more like accentuating a lot, so this gives room, I guess, for dynamics, even though the song is pretty hard and heavy, so... Such a drummer is really a gift. Awesome. This really makes my heart grow when I see it. Look at his face. He's in it. Such a good looking motherfucker. This is just beauty. So I hope you get to listen to the song after this video, and if you don't know it already, and I hope you enjoyed my video, please subscribe and comment on this video what you think about Jimmy Chamberlin. He's one of the best to my mind, and I'm impressed and full on respect to this guy.